This evening, sponsored by Courts Bringing Value Home. Police involvement in the Linden double murder. Let the chips fall where they may. JAGDEO. Guyana among 75 countries likely to benefit from 90-day pause on Trump-announced reciprocal tariffs. More cocaine vanishes from police evidence room. Guyana police force silent. 549 speeding tickets issued in 5 days. Attorney General warns of arrest, license suspension. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Thursday, April 10, 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. This is what you need to know this evening. General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic Bar JAGDEO says, let the chips fall where they may in response to the police killings of 2 men in Linden. Travis Chase opens tonight's broadcast.
There is another assurance from General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic and Guyana's sitting Vice President Barrett JAGDEO that a thorough independent investigation will be conducted following the police killings of 2 Lindeners, Ronald Peters and Keon Fudgene, on Monday and Tuesday. Mr. JAGDEO says, let the chips fall where they may.
Once the investigations are done, then whatever the outcome is, action will be taken.
The police claim that the killing of Peters was accidental, but video evidence which surfaced after the police released a statement contradicts its claim. Fudgene, who was not part of the violent protest that erupted on Tuesday in response to the killing of Peters, was shot and killed while on his way home.
The People's Progressive Party and the government will not cover up anything in relation to these cases, that we are interested in a full, impartial investigation too.
Mr. JAGDEO took a swipe at the People's National Congress Reform and the Alliance for Change, claiming that their presence in Linden was nothing but political.
Only for one purpose, like vultures. They do this all the time. They prey on these tragedies, the personal tragedies of people.
The Caribbean's regional security system has been called in to investigate the police shootings. President Irfan Ali has already said that local police will take a back seat on the investigation and allow the RSS to lead. Already, an unspecified number of ranks have been placed under close arrest, and the police force said its Office of Professional Responsibility has commenced investigations. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Travis. Meanwhile, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic Bar JAGDEO confirms whether Guyana is among countries to benefit from a 90-day pause on the Trump-announced reciprocal tariffs. Antonio Day has that story.
President Donald Trump on Wednesday said he will authorize a 90-day pause on some targeted tariffs to 75 countries except China, on which he was raising the levy to 125% in the latest twist of a saga that has roiled financial markets over the past week. The universal 10% tariffs remain in place. On Thursday, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic Bar JAGDEO addressed the issue.
That 75 countries have already reached out to the United States of America to address the question of the reciprocal taxes or tariff. So we're one of those countries.
Mr. JAGDEO attributed the trade surplus between Guyana and the United States of America to oil exports.
We believe we import twice as much as the United States has recorded, over $2.5 billion of imports, and they had just over $1 billion of imports from Guyana. almost our entire trade surplus had arisen because of the oil exports into the United States of America.
JAGDEO stated that the government is also engaging local exporters who will likely be affected, especially those in bauxite and the gold industry. He added that sectors such as agriculture can also be severely impacted. Meanwhile, NBC News reported that Trump on a social media post noted that he arrived at the decision to place a 90-day pause on the tariff because more than 75 trading partners did not retaliate and have reached out to the United States to discuss some of the issues raised. I'm Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
President Irfan Ali has announced a one-off payment to pensioners of the National Insurance Scheme who would have failed to meet the required number of contributions, making them eligible for a monthly pension. Here again is Antonio Day.
Persons who have made more than 50 contributions but are yet to reach the 750 quota required to ensure eligibility for a National Insurance Scheme NIS pension payments will soon receive a one-off payment. Head of State Irfan Ali, in making the announcement on Thursday, said beneficiaries had expressed concerns about their inability to receive their NIS pension due to their failure to meet the required total. Many of them, he said, were facing hardships.
As a result, the sum of $10 billion was provided to finance a one-off transfer to those persons who have at least 500 contributions but less than 750 contributions required to receive the NIS pension.
The head of state noted that the $10 billion Guyana dollars transfer to NIS will be implemented shortly.
My government will be making this $10 billion transfer to NIS to facilitate the following one-off payment to persons who have attained the age of 60 on or before 31st of December 2024.
He gave a breakdown regarding the eligibility.
For persons with 500 to 549 NIS contribution, they will receive a one-off payment of $260,000.
Those who have contributed between 500 to 599 will receive a one-off payment of $390,000 Guyana dollars. Additionally, those who have contributed between 600 to 699 will receive a one-time payment of $520,000, while those who contribute between 749 will receive a payout of $650,000. I'm Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Antonio. More news on the other side of this break. Stay with us.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save up to $50,000 on select fridges. Get a free grill or mixer with select stoves and more. Need to upgrade your home? Get smart TVs from as low as $32,999. Plus, shop today and pay later. And make your first payment in 30 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends April 23, 2025.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
Welcome back. You're watching the HGP Nightly News. As we continue, there is silence in all corners of the Guyana police force over the disappearance of more drugs which was stored as evidence. Here again is Travis Chase.
On April 6, 2025, the Guyana Police Force said it had called in investigators from the Police Office of Professional Responsibility to launch an investigation into missing cocaine, which was stored as evidence at the Tactical Services Unit's armory located in the compound of the Guyana Police Force headquarters at Ivleary, Georgetown. The Guyana Police Force in a statement said it will provide an update on the investigation as soon as details become available. Since then, the media has not been given any update on the missing evidence. 4 days later, Nightly News has been reliably informed that more cocaine, which was stored as evidence, has also vanished from the police force evidence room. We were told that investigators conducted several tests on the remaining packages and found that they were all flour. In spite of repeated queries from the media for an update on such a serious investigation, the Guyana Police Force has opted to remain silent on the issue. It is still unclear how many and if any officers have been placed under close arrest following the disappearance of the cocaine from the police evidence locker. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Travis. President Irfan Ali on Thursday announced government's plans to foot the bill for several subjects for students, sitting the Caribbean Secondary Examinations Council exam and the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination. More in this Daisy Richards report.
With effect from this year's CXC, the government will pay in full the government will pay in full the cost for at least 8 subjects for every single citizen, every single child in the public and private school.
That was President Irfan Ali on Wednesday, speaking during a public meeting at the West Demerara Secondary School. The president added that this initiative will benefit a large number of families.
And it is an further investment of almost $700 million in the lives of your children, in the lives of your family, in the lives of our community.
President Ali added that the investment is to secure a prosperous and unified future for Guyana, and those are the policies his government is touting.
We don't need an event for us to invest in the people and their future. We are not a seasonal presence in your lives.
Meanwhile, the 2025 budget also caters for a cash grant of $55,000 per student attending both public and private schools. Minister of Education Premanik Chand announced last month that the distribution of the cash grant will begin in May. For AGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Since the rollout of the Safe Road Intelligence System on April 7, a staggering 549 drivers have already been flagged for exceeding the speed limit. The Attorney General has since issued a stern warning to motorists about the legal consequences of ignoring traffic e-tickets. Tiana Cole reports.
Traffic Chief Assistant Commissioner of Police Mahindra Singh, in a telephone interview with this newscast on Thursday, said since the Safe Road Intelligence System was rolled out on April 7, a total of 549 speeding violations have already been recorded, highlighting a widespread disregard for traffic speed limits. Meanwhile, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anin Nandlal, in addressing the consequences of ignoring e-tickets under the new system, explained that drivers who fail to pay or contest their tickets open themselves to legal challenges. Among the consequences include arrest, conviction, and the suspension of one's driver's license.
And your license will remain suspended until you liquidate your indebtedness.
The Attorney General further explained that when the registered owner of the vehicle receives a ticket, they must appear in court to explain if they were not the one driving. In such cases, they are required to provide the name of the driver, who will then also be held accountable, and a ticket will be issued.
The database will generate tickets only in relation to the registered owner of the vehicle. So if you, the registered owner, give someone else to drive your vehicle, you will get the ticket, not the driver, because the database doesn't have the driver.
He also noted that the fine for a speeding ticket is $7,500, while failure to wear a seatbelt carries a fine of $5,500. Nandlal urged all motorists to obey the law and settle their tickets promptly to avoid escalating legal repercussions. Meanwhile, as part of the system's full-scale implementation, representatives from the Guyana Police Force, the National Data Management Authority, and the Guyana Post Office Cooperation have commenced the formal distribution of automated tickets. This initiative follows recent amendments to the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act, Chapter 5102. With hundreds of lives lost to road accidents in recent years, the Safe Road Intelligence System is expected to play a critical role in reducing speeding and the number of fatalities on the nation's roadways. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Night 3 News.
Thank you, Tiana. Stay tuned. More news on the other side of the break.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Cvon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Cvon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save up to $50,000 on select fridges. Get a free grill or mixer with select stoves and more. Need to upgrade your home? Get smart TVs from as low as $32,999. Plus, shop today and pay later. And make your first payment in 30 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends April 23, 2025.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching the HGP Nightly News. The top brass from the Guyana Fire Service gathered on Thursday for the opening of the Senior Fire Officers Conference aimed at building capacity, accountability, and improving response mechanisms within the service. Tiana Cole has the details.
The Guyana Fire Service on Thursday opened its Senior Officers Conference. Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben, while delivering the feature address, emphasized the necessity for change as it relates to national development. He stressed the importance of proper command, awareness, and safety when officers respond to fires. Ben noted that, too often when firefighters arrive on a scene, quote-unquote, everyone is a chief, and there's a lack of clear command. He added that if officers are not wearing their uniforms and equipment properly, the public will take notice.
I don't want to go on the fire scene and to see the leading persons don't have a proper uniform, not prepared, confused as the rest, walking around with bottles of water. They had to drink their own water when the men going into the fire don't have water.
He added that the Guyana Fire Service remains a disciplined agency, and officers who fail to meet the accepted operational competence standards will be removed from the service. He also emphasized the need to address accountability across the board.
You could cost the minister all you want, but if it affects the question of a disciplined service and discipline, it will be dealt with.
Meanwhile, Chief Fire Officer Gregory Wickham said the government has allocated $1.2 billion in the national budget to ensure the service is equipped with the assets necessary to safeguard lives and property. Over the past year, the service acquired a wide range of high-tech firefighting equipment, with $674 million expended on these upgrades. He also highlighted ongoing infrastructural developments taking place, among them 6 new fire stations currently under construction in underserved areas.
These are built as far as the executable to the quarantine. These stations are strategically located, first and foremost, to ensure that we reduce our response time for those who may be in distress.
Wickham added that the fire service is working tirelessly to shorten emergency response times and gain the confidence of citizens across the country.
Every day, on-the-job training is done with our firefighters so as to build our level of competency and to make us better able to serve the people of this nation.
He further noted that in the past year, the service responded to more than 5,000 fire-related calls and over 10,000 responses by EMT ambulances, including the delivery of 19 babies. The two-day conference, which brings together all senior officers of the Guyana Fire Service, is being held under the theme Fostering Community Collaboration for Enhanced Emergency Response. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana. The Working People's Alliance on Thursday poured cold water on President Irfan Ali's decision to have the Barbados-based Regional Security System investigate the Linden double murder. Dacia Richards reports.
Speaking during Wednesday's press briefing, co-leader of the Working People's Alliance, Dr. David Hines, highlighted that his party has completely rejected the announcement made by President Irfan Ali that the Regional Security System, RSS, will be investigating the two murders that took place on Monday and Tuesday in the mining town of Linden. The double murder sent shock waves through the nation and caused rioting in the streets of the township.
We further reject the proposed RSS investigation. It's a waste of time. The memory of the Henry Boy saga is fresh in our collective minds.
The co-leader said his party has no confidence in the RSS after it conducted an investigation into the murders of the Henry Boys back in 2020.
The RSS came, they went, and what we had was the sanitization of murder.
Dr. Hines is also confident that nothing will come out of the recent murders in the mining town.
But we are not hopeful that anything profound will ensue. We also have no confidence in the police investigative mechanism.
WPA says it will fully back an investigation carried out by an international human rights body and not an agency with a vested interest in Guyana.
They will throw justice under the bus in exchange for favors from the Guyana government.
He added that the issue mostly borders human rights and not the police. In the span of 2 days, two young men, 26-year-old Ronaldo Peters and 32-year-old Keon Dan Fugune, were gunned down by police in the mining town of Linden. Police claim that Peters was accidentally shot by a police officer, while Fugune was an innocent bystander. For AGP Nightly News, I am Dacia Richards.
Thank you, Dacia. Stay tuned for regional news.
Fruta full of vibes. Sip on Fruta and win groceries for 6 months. Plus, score one of 6 65-inch TVs or over $1 million in cash prizes. Be one of 53 lucky cash and prize winners. Here's how. Buy any Fruta juice, find the code starting with BB, enter online or via WhatsApp. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Fruta Fruit Juice. Don't miss out. Drink Fruta and enter today. Real nice Fruta.
Interested in honoring or paying tribute to a loved one, or just making a loved one feel special? HGP TV offers you all that and more. Air your birthday greetings, death announcements, and wedding anniversaries on HGP TV today. HGP TV offers affordable prices, convenience, and great services. Call us on 220-3660 or email us at sales@hgptv.com.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday's edition of the Regional News. Many buyers of Venezuelan oil have resumed loading crude onto tankers after a week-long hiatus at the country's port after the U.S. applied tariffs that President Donald Trump imposed on importers of the OPEC nations' oil, according to shipping data and documents. In March, the U.S. Treasury Department gave U.S. oil producer Chevron and other foreign partners and customers of PDVSA until May 27 to wind down operations and cease all exports from Venezuela. Days later, Washington imposed tariffs on buyers of Venezuela's oil and gas. The measures prompted the suspension of some tanker loadings at the country's main oil port and created delays at smaller terminals. Trump's hardening stance discouraged traders and importers from continuing to ship Venezuelan oil. Following the U.S. measures on oil buyers, many vessels moved offshore. Now, many of these have returned to complete their loading. They have begun departing from Venezuelan waters bound for destinations including India and China, according to data and internal documents from Venezuelan State Oil Farm PDVSA. As of Wednesday, crude cargoes allocated to Chevron for U.S. delivery, Reliance Industries for India delivery, and several intermediaries for China delivery were setting sail in a signal that Venezuela's oil exports will not collapse in the short term. The St. Kitts and Nevis government says it has revoked the citizenship of 13 people and their dependents as part of the quote-unquote decisive actions taken to preserve the citizenship by investment CBI program, through which foreign investors are granted citizenship of the Twin Island Federation in return for making a significant contribution to the socio-economic development of the country. The CBI program, which is also being undertaken by the governments in St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada and Dominica, has come under scrutiny by the United States and European governments, with some claiming that it's providing opportunity for shady characters to obtain foreign passports. In a statement, the government said that together with the Citizenship by Investment Unit, CIU, quote-unquote, decisive actions have been taken to preserve the integrity and international reputation of the CBI program. It said following a comprehensive investigation by the Ministry of National Security, Immigration and Citizenship, the government has issued a St. Christopher and Nevis Citizenship Deprivation of Citizenship Order 2025, resulting in the revocation of citizenship from 13 individuals and their dependents who were found to have failed to pay the statutory minimum investment required under the CBI program, despite having indicated otherwise in their applications. And now for some international news. A bodyguard and Secretary of State Marco Rubio's security detail was reportedly arrested last week. The experienced agent in the Diplomatic Security Service, DSS, was accused of quote-unquote behaving erratically at a hotel in Brussels and fighting with police officers. The bodyguard was cuffed last Monday after he became irate when staff at the Hotel Amigo said they would not reopen the bar after hours. The DS agent allegedly became physically aggressive when hotel staff, including the night manager, urged him to go back to his room. Cops had to be called and the bodyguard was arrested after he began fighting with the officers. However, he was released later the same day after the U.S. Embassy in Brussels intervened. Not staying at a hotel at the time of the alleged incident. However, later that same week, he stayed at the same hotel while visiting Belgium for a NATO leaders conference. DSS agents are tasked with protecting U.S. diplomats and diplomatic compounds around the world. They are responsible for investigating crimes such as passport and visa fraud. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Police involvement in the Linden double murder. Let the chips fall where they may. JAGDEO. Guyana among 75 countries likely to benefit from 90-day pause on Trump-announced reciprocal tariffs. More cocaine vanishes from police evidence room. Guyana police force remains silent. 549 speeding tickets issued in 5 days. Attorney General warns of arrest, license suspension. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA Grant. Thanks for watching.